Hello everyone, this is our Trozan Druid Sky Shard. This is part number 2 of the farming routes after I reach basically endgame. We're looking for a very specific stuff so we can progress. I show you again. What I'm gonna do is gonna be probably a little bit better episode than the last one because I'm gonna upgrade some of the components. I'm gonna replace them with the better ones and see how the build's gonna feel. And after that I'm gonna proceed to some endgame activity like bosses, SR, etc, etc. This build can do some of the bosses, not all of them. Basically, if you pilot this very well, can do everything, but it's a little bit sketchy, especially now with the changes. Gonna place my corruption, gonna maintain my distance. That was my giant prop. Doom, this is a pretty nice find. I'm not gonna complain. Of course, not gonna use it because after every playthrough I delete my save files and start over again. Next step is gonna be overload. I want to soft cap this. I still have some points from quests and stuff. This skill tree is pretty close to my final idea. That was reflect, immediately pop-up mirror. Always watch out, especially when you start dealing reasonable amount of damage for the reflect mobs. Baldur's Inquisition. Nothing useful. Gonna move to the next totem. Money box here. And I'm gonna kill him. Gonna pop mirror. Gonna nullify him. He deals mostly fire damage. Next step is gonna be twin falls. Let's see, totem is at the middle. We have to craft ourselves Seal of Annihilation so we can deal with these regenerator mobs. It's kinda annoying. Nullify the arcane. You don't want some crazy damage. Stay away from the ether pool. This is one of the most trippy mechanics in the game. Nothing special here. We move to the Broken Hills. We are Nemesis with the Beast if you follow the series, so I'm gonna summon Chupacabra sooner or later in my farming routes. I'm much more confident now with the better gear, and when I change my components I'll be even better. Our priority at the moment is to take first Seal of Annihilation. That's gonna give us some DA shred. Basically better chance for critical. And it's gonna place very good debuff on the enemy that stops health regeneration. This is a must-have on almost every build, maybe 9 out of 10 cases. Some builds they use Seal of Ancestors, but with the current meta I think Annihilation is much better, because life regen get nerfed. I'm gonna check Suliel's Guardian, maybe it's gonna drop some better punts. Mine's pretty good. It's gonna be very hard to replace that. We found a very nice rope, basically armor. This one is nuts, and I roll pretty high lightning damage convert to cold. This is an amazing item to have. Just I have to find a way to fix my bleeding resistance, which is gonna be hard. Probably I have to swap this for a Wardstone, and I have to deal with some... I have to craft myself two... I forgot the name of the ring component, but that's gonna give me a better bleeding resistance. This is a very solid find. It's amazing, and it rolls, I think 35 is the maximum. This is gonna boost my damage significantly, because I deal some lightning damage with the pets and with the totem as well. We have to be careful here. I didn't try him at ultimate, so I'm not sure what's the damage, but seems pretty high. Just maintain distance. You don't want to get hit by... This is Ignafar looks like skill. Very good prefix. Terrible suffix. Still an upgrade, because it's a high level version of the item. And that's gonna fix my issues with the bleeding resistance a little bit as well. Usually I have to get rid of this silk swatch anyways. It's gonna be very hard, but manageable. Next totem I'm gonna check rotting corpse lands. Usually I just check the first location. Okay, totem is not here. Definitely going for Astrakhan Valley. we start to pick up on damage, because usually this area comes with a lot of cold resistance monsters, and already I can see that I managed to one-shot most of them, apart from the Yetis. Which is actually pretty good. Also, another very important mechanic that most of the players didn't know, even the veterans. If you switch off the gore, basically in the options, I think was this one. If you switch it off, basically gore, corpse gonna explode, decapitated, that kind of stuff. You know what gore is. But if you leave it, corpses, they's gonna spread the curses, like this one, Ether Corruption, this is a curse. Also Omen tree from the Necromancer's tree, and Bloody Pox from the Occultist tree. This is considered as a curses, and even if the mob dies, he's gonna spread this on its own. This is a very important when you play a build that rely on curses, like me now, because I rely on Ether Corruption to proc my Amatox Blizzard, and as well that gives me minus total speed to everything that I curse, so makes most of the enemies a little bit slower, which on a build like this is a lifesaver. As you can see, corpses, they is gonna spread this. But if you have I summon Koopa, he is here at the left. Again, maintain distance. You don't want to get hit by this, definitely. I'm gonna pop up mirror, just to score a little bit more damage. It's very hard for a build like this to deal with such a fast boss, because I have to dodge basically a lot of the mechanics. My armor is a little bit better, so I don't take so much damage like the first time that I face him. Now it's ideal moment to pop up mirror, score some damage, and immediately leave. I have cluster ready as well if things get spicy. Pretty clean kill if you ask me. Not the best time, but I get a nice roll on the pants. Belgothian Mask, amazing set at the moment. Pierce damage is back to the game. Belgothian Blade Master performs very well. And actually I plan to start I plan to start the next league as a Belgothian Blade Master, but we're gonna see how it goes. I have a couple of starting ideas, but Belgothian Blade Master seems very tempting to me. He's gonna lead me to ultimate in no time, and I want this time to start a league with a little bit faster build. Another totem. Again, nothing for us. This is one of the Grim Down curses. You're gonna get all the gear for different characters, but you're never gonna get for yours. Already I have Belgothian set. I believe I have few of the endgame sets as well already to craft, because I have the Helm's blueprints. But I don't have Cataclysm and I don't have Trozan Skybreach pieces. Usually I can do the build without the Trozan Skybreach. But kinda want to test it, how the build's gonna perform with these two sets, apart from the using two pieces to convert lighting to cold. Always click the stumps. There is a chance to be basically a Bloom. I already killed Kuba, so here is gonna be easier for me. Also I get better armor, thanks to the few upgrades. This pretty bad spawn. It's 3 of them. I don't want to get hit for, so I'm just gonna maintain distance. This is another point in Overlord. Spirit. That's Silvaria kill. Let's see. We got plentiful of Blooms, which means I can craft some components to replace the bad ones. Let's sell some stuff. Don't need this. Actually, this Astral Rope can be useful. We got second piece of the set. It's gonna be 2-piece set. It's not for us. It's kinda okay. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna get rid of the Astral Robe. I'm not gonna need it, I think. These pants, they are no go anymore. These rings, I think we are done with them. We get better versions. Okay, these potential upgrades. I'm gonna craft myself crystals for the rings. Just forgot it was bloody crystals. Bloodied crystals. Quite expensive, but very useful, especially when I have problems with the bleeding resistance. I'm gonna need two. Pretty expensive. Resilient plating, another. And that we got broke. We got just 40 crystals left. I have to farm this. I have to add this to the farming crowd as well. But we got two bloodied crystals. Time to change the augments. Where I leave them, oh yeah. So hard. Sometimes. Okay, we have sky shard powder. Unfortunately, it's gonna be just on one of the rings. I still got problems. I have to place this one on the pants. And now I can have sky shard powder everywhere. Huge boost to offensive ability and cold damage. So this is one of the upgrades that we need. Next one is Seal of Annihilation. This one quite expensive as well. We need black tallow. This is gonna be very... But this is very necessary component. So let's see if we can craft 4 black tallows. Yes, we can. We need 12 rift stones. And that's it. I have to farm crystals now. Basically, I'm gonna add this to the rotation. Okay. 2 upgrades is still 2 upgrades. That's how you slowly progress through the game. Sometimes takes a couple of hours until you acquire all the endgame gear. But builds gonna feel definitely better. Let's do one creek slab for a little bit more crystals. I'm gonna need them for the next crafting session. I'm gonna stick to the objectives. I don't need so much kills. I'm almost level 100. And I have already pre-endgame gear. Okay. We have to buy a little bit, at least one more potion. Let's check the devotions. Max out. Max out. Max out. Max. Almost. Amatox probably maxed out as well. I forgot to reapply my corruption. This is a very bad mistake. When I swapped the gear. Buy some stuff. I think one potion's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna need more. The next session's gonna net me 100. We're gonna use same route. This is a pretty effective route. Usually I level a lot. I have hundreds of playthrough and this worked for me the best. I try several stuff in a bad gear, especially at hardcore. Totems is just the best way to acquire some upgrades before you start farming SR. At the moment you get some good gear and you can farm Shattered Realm faster. Shattered Realms becomes better farming strategy. But at the very beginning it's just not so good. In terms, Shattered Realm to becomes a better strategy if you can do 65, 66 around 6 minutes maybe, 5-6 minutes. This is considered pretty fast. This is 10 runs per hour and you're gonna drastically increase your legendary drops per hour. But if you have a bad gear and you need like 10-15 minutes to finish 65-66, this is not very optimal. You're gonna end up with less legendary and epic items per hour. That's why now when I have a pretty bad gear, which is for level 99, this is not the best setup for this build. I still got some upgrades, but I'm not even close to the endgame. The only endgame pieces that I have at the moment is the medal and the boots. Everything else is basically have to be replaced. Skill Martin. Salvation. Not the best. Continue to Broken Hills. Nothing special, but that's okay. Let's see if we have a good spawn. We don't. Immediately Asterkan Valley. Again, completely useless stuff for us. Time for Ugdenbok. We still need a lot of blooms. We have to craft the Ugdenbok letter to replace the anti-venom selves. So I got even more bleeding resistance. Another vestment of mourning. Slightly worse. Conversion is the most important thing on this item. Everything else is a bonus. But still is a pretty common drop. So at the moment I fix my bleeding resistance, I'm gonna replace this. That's not good. I can't fight him here. So I'm gonna go to the creek slab. Don't fight Kuba there. It's definitely you're gonna be dead. No chance you're gonna kite him in this. It's a very dangerous area to kite. There is a lot of blockage that's gonna block your path. It's a very poor designed. You can get stuck as well. Know your class and know most of the areas of the game is gonna save your life in 1,000 times. There is nothing wrong to say to yourself, okay, this is not my fight, I'm not gonna do it. It's better to retreat and fight Kuba in a better environment instead of fight it there in these narrow corridors and stuff. This is by far the best decision because I spent already, I think, around 16-17 hours for this build, and if I lose it, which basically for me doesn't matter, but for you, if you plan to build a hardcore account, it's gonna be painful. And that's the last level, Overlord. This is not gonna be the endgame setup, but for now works very well. It's gonna be adjustment here and there. But for now works really well. Let's see if we can craft anything else, basically to upgrade. We need Ugdenbok letter. So this is not so expensive craft. You need basically anti-venom salve, which is gonna be an easy craft. I'm gonna craft even 2 of those. So I need 8 of those. And it's time for letter. That's gonna replace these 2, and I'm gonna replace finally my armor slot for something useful. I definitely need better belt as well. Okay. Finally I can get rid of this armor piece. It's level 70 anyways. I can use my rope. Basically vestment of mourning. And now we can use again. Where is this? This one. Fix my poison resistance. My resistance looks pretty okay now. My vitality kinda on the edge, but I believe I'm gonna be okay. There is a 1 or 2 components left to craft. Basically, I have to craft 1 sacred plating just for the reflection. I still can't get rid of the silk swatch. I have to find bleeding augments, but it's very hard. It's very rare. I think Barrow Home, they possess this, and I'm basically hostile with them, which is kinda problem. Let's reset 1 more run, see how it goes. For now we did several upgrades. I am pretty happy with the results. Not my best farming sessions, but still works out, pays off. Now with the conversion, damage is gonna feel better. And it feels better. My armor is in a better state. 2k armor as a caster it's okay. Definitely feels better. Next step is gonna be upgrading Hound to Eternity. That's gonna increase my damage significantly as well, because I'm gonna rotate the cooldowns much faster, and I am gonna have a double sky Trozan sky shard every 4 seconds probably in a sequence, which is another amazing upgrade to my damage. But Eternity is quite expensive to craft. Basically I have to farm Ethereal mutagens, which means I have to hit the guys before Theodin Marcel. Another Storm Serpent Mask. At this point I'm max level, I don't have to kill everything. And I'm gonna hit anyways Infamy with the Arkovian Undeads. I'm pretty close. So it's gonna spawn Mossy, which is basically counter for this build. He is very cold resistant. It's gonna be pain to kill him. But you don't have to, I don't need his shoulders or something. And now you can see I can deal with the regenerator mobs a little bit safer. This totem was very bad. Nothing useful. Horrible drops. There is a reflection mob, I'm gonna pop up mirror immediately. And I'm gonna just burst it down before I take any reflection. Always take a look before you start spamming skills. You can put yourself in a very bad situation. This is amazing boots. Comes with tons of resistances as an implicit, and it's very cheap to craft them. If you don't have boots and you have bad resistances, I definitely gonna craft this. This guy is cold. I'm gonna nullify him. We got totem this time. Of course, this is dangerous totem, but still my gear is better than the last time I faced this one, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be okay. Okay, we spawned the big guys. We have to be careful. A very smooth kill. Astrakhan Valley. Our stun resistance quite bad. I have to admire that. We got mythical band of black and fire. Oh, ice and fire, sorry. Let's check this out. No, that's not for us. Definitely no go. Time for a creek slap. Better crystals. I need some ethereal mutagens as well. So I have to jump to Malmut resistance. Too much debuffs, I'm gonna nullify myself. I positioned myself pretty poorly there. And let's jump to Malmut. These guys, they quite annoying. They are arcanists, they use mirror and Maven sphere. So it's quite tanky. Okay, we argue. I'm not sure if that was very bad. So she doesn't drop mutagens. Definitely I have to enter the our friends and the infestation. Farming mutagens quite annoying, but I need few. I can transmute them, I think, but I have to check the necropolis. I'm not sure if he has the receipt or it was someone else. I killed so much heroes but no mutagen at all. There is a hero as well. But I think these guys, they drop Taint Brains meta. I'm not sure about Alostria. I'm gonna check if she drops some mutagen. It's supposed to. It's worth trying. She shotguns, so better be at the mid distance. As you can see, I take enormous amount of damage there. She's gonna summon Trozans. She's gonna try close the distance as well. You can nullify her. So no mutagens. I think should be a wise idea just to convert it. And I have to check double check which exactly drops the mutagens. I'm pretty sure about Theodin Marcel, but somehow I don't want to deal with him anymore. I have better gear definitely, but too much debuffs, just nullify yourself. Again, I position myself extremely poorly. Okay, no mutagen here. I think I drop way too much stun resistance, yeah, just 20. That's not ideal. Definitely I have to think about it. Let's try Theodin Marcel. I hope it's not gonna kill me. I just need these mutagens. That's too much damage, honestly. I don't like it. That shotgun is quite annoying. Watch out when you start when he starts to activate the crystals. We did quite fast kill. Okay, we start to score some high damage. He activates the crystals. You can pop up mirror here. Okay, one mutagen. That's definitely not worth the effort. I'm gonna check Necropolis. If I can craft this. $10 for one mutagen is definitely no go. And this is my next upgrade. I want Eternity. It's gonna help me a lot. Especially in a farming sessions and stuff like this. SR farming as well. Here we are at the Chthonic area. Let's see. Yep, it's not this guy. It's probably this Schmidt over here at the outskirts. It's worth checking him as well. And it's logical to be him. Convert to mutagens. I hope it's not some rare material like Blood of Cthon. Yes, that's it. Wendigo spirits, I'm not gonna need them. I think I need 6 more. Let's see how far we are from the Eternity. Yes, we have to kill Kilrian. This is a little bit problematic. Probably we're gonna have to kill him a couple of times. But I think I'm gonna end up this episode here. Overall, we did a lot of nice upgrades. So we managed to craft Agdenbok Letter, Heel of Annihilation. We managed to find one of the best endgame armors for this build. and we managed to craft bloodied crystals as well. Next step's gonna be probably craft better belt and definitely craft eternity. I just have to kill run several times, and we have to basically swap scale to the pants and put sacred plating here so I can be a little bit more tanky against reflective mobs. But this is for now. We are pretty close to achieve the endgame goal for this build, or at least to have enough gear to start farming SR 65-66, which for hardcore I think is the best. Ideally, if you're tanky enough, you can farm 75-76, but 65-66 is good enough. Thank you everyone for watching, see you in the next one.